Supreme Overlord Vanny Vanilla. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Gundam Death Breakdown. Today we're still sticking with the Universal Century. I know, there's other Gundam universes out there. But come on, UC Gundam is best Gundam. Anyway, so who will we be looking at today? I am pleased to say that this isn't just some nameless one-and-done grunt.
Yes.
But rather an ace among the ranks of Zeon.
Yes.
Who is this ace? Ramba from the original series of Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yes!
Now before you start judging him based on his portly size and Ron Swanson-looking face, know that Ramba is a huge fan favorite and has one of the most memorable lines in Gundam history.
This is no Zaku, boy! No Zaku!
Ramba is a bona fide badass, and when he went toe-to-toe with the Gundam, he actually won a round. Let's jump in and see what happens to Ramba. This video is a long one and it requires a lot of context, so let's break it down.
3, 2, 1.
So, Ramba was a 35-year-old captain of the Principality of Zeon. A master of tactics, especially guerrilla warfare, Ramba became an ace during the Battle of Loom. The Battle of Loom made pilots like Char, the Black Tri-Stars, and Johnny Ryan renowned for their deadly mobile suit piloting skills. Not much is shown of Ramba in the series until after Garma's death. Ramba is accompanied by his right-hand man Clamp, two wingmen Akus and Cozun Graham, and his beloved lover and songstress, Crowley Haman, not to be confused with Haman. Haman. Stick with me here. Ramba and his unit are ordered by Dozo Zabi himself to find the White Base and avenge Garma's death. During Garma's funeral, Ramba Zanzibar attacks the White Base. Consider this the opening salvo between this new rivalry between Ramba and Amuro. White Base has some engine problems, and with the Zanzibar re-entering the atmosphere, they can't possibly outrun the Zeon ships. So Bright does a gutsy, ballsy move and orders White Base to go into a thunderstorm.
What's that, Ramba? What is it? It's a new Zeon weapon. Don't worry. Whatever weapon they have, Amuro will take Gundam and save us.
It's thunder and lightning. Oh, right. They're from space. Many of them have never seen lightning before.
The Federation has some kind of new super weapon, Lieutenant Rawl.
Don't panic. It's a natural occurrence called lightning.
Dear.
I've seen it on Earth before, so there's nothing to worry about, my dear Haman. Although I understand it really does look frightening up close like that.
Anywho, so after a crash landing, Rio Jose goes to get Amuro. Amuro? You good? Yeah, Amuro was having some issues after witnessing Iselina's death. Oh, what? Who's Iselina? Garma's girlfriend. We'll break that one down another time.
Real?
Alright, so back to the action. Ramba along with his wingmen Akus and Cozun launch. Here we get our first look at Zeon's new mobile suit, the Goof. Now I know a Goof looks like a Zaku, but as Ramba says,
No Zaku!
the Goof is a close combat mobile suit that features a 5-barrel 75mm machine gun in its left hand. Yep, the fingers are guns. The Goof also has a neat trick up its sleeve, the Heat Rod, a versatile tentacle-like weapon that could either superheat and cut apart a mobile suit, or deliver a high-voltage electrical shock that is capable of stunning or even shutting down a mobile suit systems. Now, a Goof can still equip a variety of weapons like the Zaku machine gun, the MMP-80, and the Dom's giant bazooka, but Ramba he goes in with just the basic armaments. Anywho, so Amuro is going through his own mental issues, and Bright being Bright pushes Ryu to make Amuro fight.
We need Gundam!
Throw him in the fire, is that it? Amuro, sortie!
Hey! We're launching!
A battle-weary Amuro must now fight a battle-hardened veteran, Round 1 between Ramba and Amuro Ray. Amuro not being right in his head during this fight could cost him, but he has the Gundam. The Gundam always wins, right? Concentrated fire from both the Zaku's and the Goof really does a number on the Gundam. Amuro is piloting more like a scared child than a rookie, but then again, he is a child. Ramba uses the Goof's tentacle,
Boy, if you don't get
heat rod on the Gundam. Remember, this is the first time Amuro has ever seen a Goof. He doesn't even know it's a Goof, he just knows it's a new model. The Goof does what it does best.
That pilot is good, but why wasn't he blown apart by his own bazooka ammo?
Apparently, Ramba has never encountered plot armor in his life. So Kai comes in to assist Amuro in his gun cannon, as does Hayato and Ryu in the gun tank. Ramba orders his 2 wingmen to take on the gun tank and the gun cannon.
Cozun, you two deal with the other mobile suits. I'll go after the white one.
We have ourselves a 3-on-3 tag team match. Amuro closes in on the Goof and even uses his shield to divert the heat rod away from the Gundam. A punch to the gut rocks Ramba and Amuro goes in for the kill with his beam saber, but Ramba is too good to fall for that.
This is no Zaku, boy! No Zaku!
Amuro gets absolutely kicked, and the Gundam goes down. Unfortunately for Ramba, the suppressive fire from the gun cannon and gun tank are too much. But with the Gundam down and the Goof standing, it's safe to say round 1 goes to Ramba. Would the same result happen if Amuro wasn't going through his mental strife? Maybe, but one thing is for sure, a Goof knocked down the Gundam.
Retreat back to the ship!
They're on board.
Aim the blinders at the Trojan horse.
What's that?
Wait, a Zanzibar can blind their opponents? Why the hell didn't they just open fire when they... Never mind. Alright, so moving on, we eventually meet M'Quve, a suave, materialistic captain of Zeon, and one of my personal favorites. He works together with Ramba to hunt down the Trojan horse. M'Quve, however, is more focused on his own area in Odessa, and sends Ramba to attack the White Base. Round 2 between Amuro and Ramba is about to start.
Job, who's the pilot inside of Gundam?
Miss Sayla, special orders. Isn't that the case?
There's no special orders.
Oh, right. Sayla took the Gundam out and tried to talk to the Zeon soldiers. You know, because the Gundam is a shining beacon of communication, right? No doubt Sayla went out on her own because she saw her brother a few episodes earlier. Amuro starts out in the gun cannon and has Ramba pinned down.
Fire!
What good can close combat do if you can't get in close?
I've got to lead him into hand-to-hand combat with me somehow. Huh? Cozun, what the...
Now just watch this maneuver, Lieutenant. This'll make a nice trophy, sir.
Cozun attempts to disable the Gundam while Akuz tries to close in on the gun cannon. Yep, out of ammo. What happened? Did you just bring 1 drum of ammunition? A fatal mistake. Keyword fatal. Akuz. Supposedly one of Ramba best pilots, died probably in October 0079. With the death of Akuz, Ramba attack formation is broken. Cozun is too busy literally stripping the skirt off of the Gundam, and Ramba lost his shield. He orders Cozun to retreat, but Amuro is right there.
What the? Lieutenant Roll!
It's the end of the line!
A falcon punch to the head knocks Cozun Zaku down, followed by the swiftest mecha kick you will ever see. So round 2 goes to Amuro, who saved Sayla while she piloted the Gundam. Akuz is dead, and Cozun is captured by White Base.
Did you need to prove something? Did you need to prove to us that a woman could fight as well as a man? Was that the only reason?
Yes.
Later on, Ramba gets another Zaku for his team delivered by a fat uncle. No, really. That's the name of the transport plane. Fat Uncle.
Well, the fat uncle may return. Thank you.
Haman, not Haman, questions Ramba reasoning to accept a dangerous mission against such a formidable opponent.
I'll receive a special 2-rank promotion. It would do my heart a world of good to finally secure the livelihoods of my men.
It's for the men then, is it?
I'm also doing this for you, my dear.
The man has a heart of gold. This is why he's a fan favorite. He cares for his men, unlike Makuve, who sees his men like chess pieces. Back on the White Base, Cozun, after giving Bright and the crew a hard time of not answering questions, breaks out of the brig. Sayla used him for information on Char's whereabouts, and when he goes back to try and bust her out of the brig, she squeals and snitches on him.
The prisoner is escaping from his cell over here!
Why, you?
After sending a message to Ramba, the comms were cut and Cozun is still on the run. Meanwhile, Amuro decides to launch with Hayato in the gun tank. I guess Amuro is really spreading his wings.
We can figure this out. Fighting with Gundam isn't always the best solution. Bright doesn't understand. He's not sure how to move his troops efficiently.
Whoa there, Amuro. Got a big head there, don't ya? I sure hope nothing happens to knock that ego down a peg or two. Amuro is really feeling high on himself as the gun tank takes on the Zeon base single-handedly. Meanwhile, Ramba and his Gallop, yes, that's the name of the land battleship, Ramba is hot on the trail of the White Base and closing in. Because of Amuro's tactical genius, Rio Jose must launch on the core fighter while Kai goes out in his gun cannon. Ramba and his goof alongside with 2 new wingmen, Gien and Stetch. We are ready for round 3 between Amuro and Ramba. The Goof and 2 Zakus proved to be too fast for Amuro and Hayato in the gun tank. So much for being so big-headed, right, Amuro? The gun tank was successful in retreating, but this is only the beginning. Amuro is going to make a switch to the Gundam. But wait, where's Cozun?
He's in the airlock! He's gonna escape!
I'm sure it's strong enough to hold against a lousy gun.
Hey, Sailor, step back!
Oh.
Good, they're here.
Now, wait. So the guy brought a bazooka, aimed it point blank at an airlock, and somehow only Cozun died? Well, damn. Cozun Graham, an officer of Zeon and one of Ramba wingmen, died probably in November 0079.
He was just unlucky.
Back to the battle at hand, Ramba has Kai pinned with the Goof's heat rod. Amuro launches in the Gundam and saves Kai by blowing off the gun cannon's trapped arm.
Hey, I missed! The fighting algorithms, they just aren't fast enough! The data's useless!
This is a classic moment in gaming where a toxic player is suddenly outmatched and everything they thought they had figured out was wrong. Amuro is in trouble all thanks to that big head of his, but thanks to Bright's quick thinking, the White Base blows the Goof back and saves Amuro and the Gundam. Ramba, having technical issues, retreats. Round 3 goes to Amuro and the Gundam. Barely. After some "but I'm the pilot" drama between Mirai, Bright, and Amuro, Amuro leaves White Base in a huff. He not only leaves, he steals the Gundam. Now this is where Amuro goes off and fights another mining facility, as well as fighting the Adzam, but that's not the focus, so let's skip to Ramba.
I really hate having to do all this work.
As a stroke of luck or bad luck, depending how you look at it, Ramba and his men have a meeting at a local restaurant. Amuro just so happens to be at the bar, but they don't know each other. All Amuro knows is that they're Zeon, and Ramba just sees Amuro as a kid.
Well, you don't have much here. We'll have 14 of whatever you can do.
Yes, ma'am.
An extra one?
one for the boy as well.
He's a bit young for you, isn't he, my dear?
Yes, perhaps.
Milfy Haman, you Shota Hunter, you. This scene really shows the kind of people Ramba and Haman are. Just a few episodes ago, we saw a Zeon soldier barge into a refugee camp and bully civilians.
You happen to see an airplane? You can tell me, kid. Don't be afraid and just tell me exactly what you saw. No!
But here we see a captain and his lover being rather genuine. Even when a Zeon soldier apprehends Frau Bo, who was looking for Amuro, Ramba orders the soldier to release her. But Ramba is a crafty one, and orders the soldier to follow them back to the Trojan horse.
If they're Federation, the Trojan horse should be around here somewhere. Sir?
Ramba goof is fully repaired, and even Stetch's Zaku has a neat little upgrade, a pair of leg missiles. Round 4 between Ramba and Amuro is about to begin. Ramba begins his attack by smacking Kai with the heat rod. Stetch nearly gets a bullseye on the white base with his leg missile. Just think, if those missiles would have hit, the white base may have received catastrophic damage near the bridge. Ramba and Stetch work very well together and team up to take out the gun tank.
Fire missile!
A tank without tracks is just a gun turret. Stetch is hungry for glory, which seems to be the doom for every no-name Zeon pilot. Right, Gene? Meanwhile, Ryu ejects out of the gun tank and looks for Amuro. He finds him fighting the Gallop and sends Amuro to White Base. Going back to Stetch, he is probably the most successful grunt pilot we've seen so far. Not only has he survived this long, but he's actually about to do some damage too.
Engines full speed ahead.
Oh no, it can't be.
Damn. What a way to go out. Stetch. A grunt Zeon pilot who I was about to give a compliment to, died probably at the beginning of November, 0079. Ramba is now on his own, so he decides to land on White Base and starts whipping it into submission. Why didn't Ramba just go after the bridge? Don't know. By the way, Mirai is looking more like a captain than Bright. She's coming up with every which way to save White Base from this attack. I guess Bright is only good at slapping his men. She pulls a pro gamer move and flips White Base upside down to shake off the goof. Kai tries to close in, but the goof uses that damn tentacle and Kai seems to be doomed. That is until... like Tuxedo f***ing Mask, Amuro and the Gundam come to save the day. But for some reason, Amuro can't hit a stationary target. I mean, just look at the goof effortlessly move slightly to the left and the right. Even with the damaged heat rod, that tentacle is still a deadly weapon. The goof still has the upper hand, and we get to have a sword duel. The goof's heat saber versus the Gundam's beam saber. What should have been a hit turned into a diversion. Amuro comes up top and... now how exactly did neither of these mobile suits deliver a killing blow is beyond me. The Gundam came down with a powerful slash that should have cut the goof in half, but the goof stabbed the Gundam's cockpit and somehow didn't penetrate all the way through. Ramba, still having his controls intact, charges forward to try and finish off the Gundam. This is kind of like that samurai minigame in Kirby. Completely disabled, with no arms, that goof is toast. We get a great moment where they recognize each other from their fateful encounter before this battle.
So, you pretend to let us go free, is that it? And then you tag along and let us lead you directly to White Base.
Incredible. Well, times have changed, haven't they? Now they're training kids like you to be pilots.
Ramba is finished. This is where he dies, right?
Take that!
Ramba uses a grappling hook to latch onto the Gundam's crotch. His beloved goof is gone. But Ramba lives to fight another day and gives a little bit of a sore loser remark.
You couldn't have won this battle through your own strength. Don't forget that you owe it all to the mobile suit's abilities and nothing more.
Still, Amuro wins this round. Bright locks Amuro in the brig, and Amuro, still being pretty big-headed about himself, thinks he's indispensable. Turns out Ryu just wanted to get the Gundam back, not just to rescue Amuro. I mean, when even Kai lectures you, you know you f***ed up.
You stink!
So with Amuro locked up, white base damage, it looks like Ramba Raw has them right where he wants them.
They decided to send us 3 DOMs, land-based mobile suits.
The DOMs? Those are the heavy mobile suits?
Yes, dear.
3 hours later.
What? You mean we're not going to receive any DOMs?
No, sir.
Looks like the final round is going to be something not seen very much in Gundam. Hand-to-hand, close-quarter combat. With no mobile suits, but still the drive to complete his mission of avenging Garma, Ramba Raw decides to go old school with guerrilla warfare tactics. Meanwhile, for some reason, Kai, Hayato, Howard, and Maximilian... Oh, Howard and Maximilian? It's these 2 no-names. Anywho, these 4 suddenly don't want to fight for White Base and just aimlessly drive to find another Federation unit to join up with.
I've had enough of you!
Ramba Raw devises a plan to have their one remaining Zaku, piloted by Gien, who would act as a decoy while Clamp and Ramba Raw's unit infiltrate the White Base driving Kuis. That's this weird-looking personnel carrier. After some White Base crew drama, Gien, Zaku, and the 2 Kuis launch.
Yes, the wind whipping against my face. It's what war's about.
The Gallop charges forward towards White Base. Gien Zaku hits White Base, Bright blames everyone, nothing out of the ordinary here. Oh sh**. Sayla's back in the Gundam, but she seems a lot more confident than before.
Now.
My dick fell off!
So if Sayla is in the Gundam, that relegates Amuro to working one of the portside guns. Amuro watches Sayla pilot the Gundam, and with a well-placed shot...
Yes!
So... I'm not sure if he's dead, since only the head was taken out. So we'll just assume he's missing in action. Meanwhile, the diversion worked. Ramba Raw is attacking White Base from behind and has his boarding crew ready. Everyone on White Base takes up arms for the Zeon invasion. Ramba Raw's troops, equipped with jetpacks, fly up onto White Base.
Oh, they fly now!
They fly now? They fly now!
Except for this guy. This is a really ballsy attack by Ramba Raw. You're no longer in the steel coffin that is a mobile suit. Now it's just you and the other guy. Clamp's unit flies up and joins in on the assault. A White Base crew member is killed. His name? Don't know. As they're landing, a Zeon soldier was killed. His name? Don't know. Hey, check out Bright with that automatic pistol. It must be an officer exclusive. More and more Zeon troops land on White Base like hornets on a beehive. Clamp even lands near one of the windows and notices Kika.
Get back, kid! You'll get hurt!
With the breach, Zeon now has a door into the Trojan horse. After shooting an unnamed Federation soldier, Clamp moves in, but no one is covering him. Clamp, the right-hand man of Ramba Raw, dies November 5th, 0079. Another Fetty is gunned down, and here we get to see the JoJo of the series. No, really, his name is Job John. Fun fact, he outlives everyone on White Base story-wise. He's still relevant in late Universal Century. Back to the fight, Ramba Raw and his men are in White Base trying to get into the sub-bridge. Again, Ramba Raw could have just taken out the bridge in his goof a while ago. Amuro goes hand-to-hand with the Zeon soldier and is saved by who else but Bright Noah.
Take Gundam. Switch with Sayla.
Sayla tags in Amuro into the Gundam, and now we have Sayla, who is an expert with the gun, going in for the fight. Ramba Raw and his men are on the elevator, and even they are surprised that a military ship is ran by a bunch of kids.
Remember, no rushing.
Ramba Raw makes it to the sub-bridge, and in a twist of fate, Sayla shows up. When Ramba Raw looks at Sayla, it's as if he's seen a ghost. He recognizes her as Artasia Zum Daikun, the daughter of Zeon Zum Daikun, aka the founder of Zeon.
Do you remember me at all? My name is Ramba Raw, the son of Jimba Raw. He served under your father when Zeon Daikun was leader.
But this distraction is all that was needed to stun Ramba. Ryu shoots Ramba in the shoulder, but Ramba is not done yet. He fires back and wounds Ryu. Both Ryu and Sayla return fire.
Stop it, Ramba!
Nothing says stop firing and listen like firing at the person you're trying to talk to, right? Ramba's helmet saves him from a headshot, but he's now pinned down in a sub-bridge.
Take down the Trojan horse. Fire with the gallop, my dear Haman. In the middle of a fight, Ramba forgot to fight. But you should know about Artesia.
What's happened to you, dear?
Hey look! The beam javelin made a rare appearance. That swift strike killed everyone but Ramba, lamenting over his failure and beaten by mere children. Ramba is not one to be taken prisoner or to die by the enemy. He takes his last grenade and does the unthinkable.
You have fought splendidly, but now you'll see the ultimate fate that awaits true warriors. Now I want you to watch closely.
Ramba, a legendary Ace Xeon pilot, dies November 5th, 0079. The White Base crew was horrified by what they just witnessed. Sayla even shows an emotion at Ramba's suicide. I mean, just think about what Amuro saw as Ramba fell into the Gundam's hand and exploded from a grenade. You can only imagine what was left of Ramba after all this.
Nothing left, sir. A pile of hamburger.
In the end, Ramba died in November. By the end of December, the one-year war was already over. Had he survived, he could have lived the rest of his life with his beloved Haman. But in a way, Ramba died the only way Ramba would have died. As for Ramba's beloved lover Crowley Haman...
Anything from the lieutenant?
No, that was it.
I see.
We'll see her tragic fate in the next Gundam Death Breakdown. Congratulations, you made it to the end. The cringe is over, unless you want more. Do it. Click those videos in the box. Do it. Do it.